Hello, it's Artie Hayes. I apologize. I'm in the middle of a migraine. Um, but I did want to discuss something with you guys. Um, so I'm sure most of y'all know by now that I have hemiplegic migraines and daily chronic migraines as well. So basically, I wake up every day with a headache. In case you're wondering what the hell is on my forehead, it's a TENS unit. They sell more expensive ones, and you can spend like I've seen them go for all the way up to like $300 for the different type of TENS units for migraines. But I actually had my neurologist. I was discussing it with him and told him, well, I've been seeing a bunch of my friends and stuff that have hemiplegic migraines. They have been telling me, they bought this TENS unit, and I was wanting to know what your take was on it. And he told me that, to be honest with you, he said they are pretty much the same thing as the ones you buy from like Walgreens or Walmart or CVS Pharmacy. And what it does is it sends electric waves. I don't really know the science behind it or whatever, but anyways, it sends like these little pulses, and it really helps with migraines. And a lot of them, if you go online, you read about them or whatever, it'll tell you not to put them on your forehead and all this other shit because they don't have anything to back it saying that it will not harm you. I've been using one for, I guess it's about 2 years now, and I haven't had any like bad reactions from it, except for every once in a while shocking the shit out of myself, but turn up too high or whatever. But it takes away a lot of the pain. Oh my gosh, like it is a serious miracle worker. And I'll either put it on my forehead or on the back of my neck. So yeah, also another thing that I've been doing is, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to talk. I feel like my arm's starting to go numb. If you don't know what a hemiplegic migraine is, I think I've made another video on it. If not, there's plenty of videos and stuff and articles out there about them that you can do research on. And I apologize, I'm probably talking kind of weird, or I may not even be making sense. I have no freaking clue. I have bad allergies too right now, so that's why I'm like wheezing and stuff, and I'll probably start coughing. I probably sound like an old man. But anyway, so during a hemiplegic migraine, what usually happens to me is I will have subtle warnings, and usually it's in the form of me getting really dizzy, like all of a sudden. I'll feel like I'm falling. Um, and then I'll like start having like mental confusion. And then I usually see like they call it I don't know if I'm saying this right, aura, which for me, like, I have it in different forms. Sometimes I'll have like a squiggly line. Sometimes I'll have like a circle. Sometimes I'll have a little bitty circle. And it'll take me a minute to realize that I'm having a migraine when that happens because it's so tiny. And it'll just look like a glare. Like I'll see like this glare. And I'm like, what the hell? And then that little circle just gets bigger and bigger and bigger until I can't freaking see it all. And usually I'll go completely blind in my right eye. Which, the first time that ever happened, it scared the living shit out of me. Especially because I was working in a factory at a plastic plant. And so I was working around all these big machinery and stuff. And I went blind in my right eye, and I didn't know what the hell was going on and stuff, and I couldn't see to get a hold of my supervisor, and so I just stood there waving my arms, And finally somebody came over there where I was at, and they're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I can't see." And they're like, "What do you mean? Did you get something in your eye?" And I'm like, "No, I don't know what the hell's going on with me." And they're like, "Okay, well," then they took me to, they actually took me to the hospital, um, because I had actually hit my head earlier that day, on one of their machines and had a big ass knot. I'm pretty sure that's what kicked off the migraine that day, but anyway, so they wanted to make sure that there wasn't something seriously wrong with me. So anyways, and then after that, I started having the visual problems, like, all the time. Every time I'd have a migraine, I'd have that. And then after that happens, usually I will start to get numb on one part of my body, like one half. And I don't mean like, a lot of people, or I say a lot of people, some people, when they go numb, it'll be like an arm or a leg or a foot or maybe their one half of their face or whatever. For me, it's one complete whole side of my body. It's sometimes both, and I can't move. And I mean, it gets its name for a reason, hemiplegic migraine. I am paralyzed, temporarily paralyzed, and usually that will last about, I don't know, about an hour. I have had it last longer, which is very rare for people. Usually it doesn't last maybe, a couple of hours or whatever, which my migraines, before I started taking all this medicine, which I'll talk about here in just a second, I would get them to where I would have them for days at a time. And when I say days, I'm talking like 4 or 5 days at a time before I'd get any relief. And then I would have them like every fucking day. But, I started taking, CBD oil. And it's, I just started taking it, so it's 500 milligrams. And I take it quite often. And I have noticed that it has cut down on my migraines drastically. It's, they don't last as long as what they used to, like nowhere near as long, but I do still have them frequently, I'll have them like 2 or 3 times a day, and which, having them 2 or 3 times a day for, short periods of time is a hell of a lot better than having them for 4 or 5 days straight. And I would lose so much freaking weight because, I can't eat during a migraine. And half the time I'd be dehydrated because, I wouldn't be able to drink anything. And, they tried the whole straw method with me, and, I couldn't suck through a straw. So, a lot of times I would end up in the hospital. Last year I went to the hospital, I think it was like 18 times. And now I'll only go to the hospital if I get to the point to where I cannot handle it. Which, that's very rare for me, because I've had them since I was 4 years old, which is also not common. But mine are hereditary. My dad has them. My grandmother had them. I believe her mother had them. I have other family members that have them as well. I have 2 daughters that have them. So it's very hereditary. And I remember when I was little, I would get so angry with my dad every time I would have a migraine, because I'm like, this is your fault. Which, I mean, it really wasn't his fault, but I would get so mad. And now when my daughters have them, I'm like, they probably blame me for it. And that sucks. But, my mouth it's going numb, so I'm probably going to start drooling and crap. Or talking really weird. But, anyway, so yeah, I take CBD oil. I take naproxen. Allergy pills. I have to take a shit ton of allergy pills because I apparently am allergic to everything. I just recently went down and had a allergy test done, which they couldn't do the poke test. I don't know what the hell that's called anyways, where they stick you with all that shit and then you get like the little bumps. They couldn't do that. They were afraid to do it. They were afraid that I would end up having a migraine if they tried to do that. So what they did was they took, they took my blood instead, and then I got the results back. Like, it only took them like 2 or 3 days to get the results back. So, but, I found out I was allergic to a lot of crap, which is not fun. I have to carry around an EpiPen with me and constantly take allergy pills. But, and it was weird because, like, I was never allergic to anything, like, except for milk. I've always been lactose intolerant. But as far as everything else, like, I could eat anything, I could be around anything, like, my animals didn't bother me, and then I fucking hit 30. And then it was like, once I hit 30, everything just freaking fell apart. I started having migraines constantly. I would have allergic reactions to stupid shit. I have a pit bull that I've had for years that I'm all of a sudden allergic to and can't be around her. So we had to get rid of all of our cats, which they were actually my youngest daughter's cats. She had a thing for cats. I hate cats. But anyways, we had to get rid of all of them. And I really wanted to get rid of well, I didn't really want to get rid of her, but, I mean, I kind of did for health reasons. I wanted to get rid of my dog. But my husband was like, no, don't, we can't get rid of her, blah, blah, blah. She's a good watchdog, which she is. She's a pretty decent watchdog. So I made a deal with my son, my youngest boy. He's 11. I made a deal with him that we would keep her if he kept her in his room and took her out, outside every once in a while, like every hour or whatever, let her stretch her legs and, go to the bathroom and stuff. But he had to keep the dog in his room. Which at the time, his room was farther away from mine. And then him and my daughters decided they wanted to swap rooms, so they swapped, and now his room is right fucking next to mine. So I have to be extremely careful. Like, when he leaves his room, he has to shut his door so that the animal fur or whatever doesn't spread everywhere. I have to wear a mask anytime I go out of my room, which really sucks. So I actually went and bought a cool mask. It looks like I'm Darth Vader. Yeah. So, but yeah, I have to wear a special type of mask. It has like the charcoal carbon thing inside of it. I don't know. Anyways, it's supposed to help, which it does help, but I just look really stupid. But yeah, I have to wear one of those every time I go outside of my room. Like, if I go outside, if I go into my living room, I have to wear one. So I'm constantly in my bedroom because of that, because I don't want to, it becomes uncomfortable after you wear it a while. So, and plus in my bedroom, like, I have everything, like, I have my own bathroom in here, so, I mean, it's not, the only thing that really, really sucks is that because I can't be in there for very long, like, even with my mask, like, I can't be in there for very long, especially if the pollen's up really high that day or whatever, then I have to stay in the bedroom. And so we have been doing a lot of eating out lately, because of that, which sucks, because I hate fast food. And my husband's, like, I'll mention, us, like, eating out at an actual restaurant, like, ordering it and then going and picking it up or whatever. And he's like, no, it costs too much money, blah, blah, blah. But, here's the thing. Okay, there are 6 of us that live here. So, you know, and once you, like, we go, no matter what fast food restaurant we go to, it's $40 easily. And a lot of times it's higher than that. Another $10, and we could probably eat at a restaurant. So, I mean, I would rather throw in that 10 extra bucks and eat decently and eat healthier than to throw that away on fast food that tastes like shit anyways. But it's what it is, I guess, so whatever. But anyways, this whole situation just sucks, and I don't know, it's like, if you have migraines, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. My dad used to say something, and I say it now. I would not wish a migraine on my worst enemy. I've had them so bad that I actually wished I would die. Like, I mean, it had gotten to the point to where I was just like, kill me and get it over with. Just put me out of my misery. Please do it. One time, I actually begged him, which I don't remember doing this, because during a migraine, I have a loss of time. Like, I can't remember anything. It's like I black out, which I have actually passed out, while having one. So, there's that. But my husband, he told me that one time I had actually begged him, like I was screaming and crying and everything else, and I just started begging him to kill me. I'm like, just kill me, please kill me. It hurts, kill me. So, it's like, you know, it's horrible. It's just, it's really horrible. And see, it's bad when you have one, but like when you have kids that have them, it's like, what the hell, because there's not much you can do for a migraine. I mean, you can take, like, I have all these comfort measures. Like, I have the TENS unit. I made my own ice hat, which is a beanie that I can put ice packs surrounding it and then put it on my head. And I got it kind of small, or I got it smaller because the pressure on my head feels really good. The tightness or whatever. Plus the ice on top of that makes it feel really good. And then I have this, hang on, let me show you real quick. This thing right here, which I'll put a link down below for that too. I got it off of Amazon, but basically there's 2 pressure points in the back of your neck that when you're having a migraine, to squeeze those feels really fucking good. So, and I would do that often, like when I'm having a migraine, I'd put my hand back there and I'd just start squeezing the crap out of those pressure points. And then I got to thinking, I'm like, I think I'm going to go on Amazon and see if they have anything. So I went on there and I found this, which, it's lovely. I think I paid like $42 for it though. But they have cheaper ones on there, but they didn't look like they were very well made. And this one has a little thing that comes off of it. And they have different ones of these that you can replace. So, like for different things on your body or whatever. I also got I don't have it in here. I'm about to go get it though. I have an ice pack that, it's like an eye mask. And it has holes so you can still see. But you put it in the freezer. You can heat it up too, but whatever. You put it in the freezer and it freezes, and then you just put it on. It has a strap that straps around the back. It like has Velcro or whatever, and you just fasten it on. And the ice and the pressure from that feels so amazing. So yeah, so I actually bought 2 of those so I can keep one in the freezer and then one on my face and then switch them off or whatever. So, yeah, like I have a bunch of crap for migraines. um, so, I don't know what else. I guess that's about it. This wasn't the video I was going to make today, but then I started having a migraine. I was like, what the fuck. So, I guess I'm done. I think I'm going to lay down. Alright, well, you guys have an awesome day. And turn it off.